Now, if you're in the market looking for true wireless headphones that have active noise canceling, but also have fantastic bass, we're talking about head thumping bass, then you're going to want to watch this video because we'll take a look at Cleer Alpha true wireless headphones that have active noise canceling, and they also have fantastic bass. We're going to do an EBPMAN style call quality and audio test so you can hear the experience for your caller as well as what you'll get when you're listening to music. So first, let's dive into the specs. You can expect to get 35 hours of battery life with these headphones. 10 minutes is going to give you 4 hours of battery life, which is pretty spectacular when it comes to fast charging. It has adaptive active noise canceling, which means that not only can you enable active noise canceling, which is standard, but it will also sample the audio around you, what's taking place, and give you the best active noise canceling experience. They also have 2 beamforming mics for calls, and we're going to see how well they do in our EBPMAN style call quality test. 40mm drivers, and they're ironless drivers, which are going to give you that really strong bass response. They also have ambient sound, or what you can do is listen to what's going on around you, and you can do it very simply by just tapping the side. Now, the cool thing about this is that the ambient sound or transparency mode also gives you the ability to increase the transparency mode, so you don't just have standard hearing, but you can almost have super hearing. Now, that bass is possible because it has this virtual spatial audio feature. That's literally, it's like the music changes from being just there to being all the way around you. It's pretty immersive and it's incredible too. Now, we also have autoplay and auto pause, so it knows if it's on or off. You can personalize your audio by using an EQ inside of the app, Bluetooth 5.1, and it supports multi-point. So let's check out the headphones and then we'll go into our tests. Now, the headphones do come in a crush-proof case, and as we open this up, the first thing that you'll notice is that the headphones do have the ability to collapse, and that's really nice. It does come with some standard accessories, a audio cable, USB-C cable, as well as a plane adapter if you're going to take these on a plane. And I have to tell you that they're very, very suitable for someone who's going to be a business traveler. Now, in addition to that, you can see that they collapse this way as well. So you can see if you need to put these, let's say, loose in your backpack, sometimes happens to me, you can actually have them in this way as well, especially if you're taking them on and off as you're getting on and off the plane really quick. So headphones, they have good vice. For my head, I find them that they're adequate, but depending on the size of your head, you may find, that they'll be maybe a little bit too tight or not. It all depends on your situation. I found them to work out pretty well. You do have memory foam here at the very top, which I really much like. And then you'll notice at the sides here, you can actually adjust, and it has a nice clicky response that's going to tell you, what setting you're on. Now, if we flip these over again, you'll notice in the inside of the cups, there's not a lot going on here, but it does have some nice memory foam. And in my testing, they never overheated, meaning that I didn't get like the sweaty ear thing going on. Now, you do have your left and right indicator here on the side, not inside of the cups themselves. And even though these cups seem a little bit smaller, my ears tend to fit in here really nicely. Now, you do have some buttons here. You have a power button, and then what you also then have is a mode button, USB-C, and then you can see your mics. When you power them on, they're going to immediately go into pairing. If you disconnect the Bluetooth and then you basically power them on again, they're going to go into pairing mode automatically, which is really nice. Now, if we take a look at this, let's make sure we have this correct. Yeah, it looks like we have it on the right side. When we put these on, this is what they're going to look like. So they don't have a lot of gap here, and they're low profile, relatively low profile. And you can see what they look like with me wearing my headphones or my glasses. I'm going to turn to the right. I'm going to turn to the left so you can see what it looks like. And you can see that my ears aren't really coming out, so it's doing a real nice job. Now, even with these on, I have great passive noise canceling as soon as I put these on. Active noise canceling does really well. On top of that, the transparency mode, as soon as you put your hand on side of the cup right here and kind of like press on it, it's going to turn it on so that you can hear what's going on. So if you're on a plane, which I am very often, and someone comes up to you, let's say the flight attendant, and wants to ask you if you'd like something to drink, for example. All you got to do is do this, and then you'll be able to hear them. And then when you go like this again, it's basically going to go into your active noise canceling. You're not going to hear anything that's going on in the plane. So let's talk about now the audio experience. Audio, bass, mids, and highs are in, great music separation. But one of the things I really prefer, and I do like their spatial audio solution, is that as soon as you turn that on, all of a sudden it goes from the music being present to you almost being inside of that moment. Very, very spatial, very much immersed, and I can tell the bass gets this boost. And I'm using the flat EQ setting. I haven't changed it. And actually, this entire test that you're going to hear, the audio test, is going to be with that flat response. So you can see what we're talking about and how bitches can get a lot better depending on how you tune them. So next, let's take a look at our audio test, and we'll go into our call quality test as well.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it.
Now next we're going to do a call quality test of the Cleer Alphas in a quiet environment. If we take a look at our decibel readings, anywhere between 20 and 25 decibels of noise. Let's go ahead and switch. Now this is what the Cleer Alpha would sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Let's go ahead and add some wind to the environment. Now this is what the Cleer Alpha would sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now we're in a much noisier environment, still testing the Cleer Alpha, and as we take a look at our decibel readings, it's anywhere between 40 and 77 decibels in noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the Cleer Alpha. We're going to stay quiet to see how much is canceled, and then we'll continue with the vocal test. Let's go ahead and switch. Now this is what the Cleer Alpha would sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now if you're wondering what the Cleer Alpha would sound like if an infant were crying in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with an infant crying in the background. Now, if you're wondering what the Cleer Alpha would sound like with a dog barking in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with a dog barking in the background. Now, if you're wondering what the Cleer Alpha would sound like with a doorbell ringing, well, this is what they're going to sound like with a doorbell ringing. Now we're taking a look at the app itself, and it's a pretty straightforward app. You have a couple settings. First of all, you can go from active noise canceling to off to, again, ambient noise. And if you go into the ambient noise, you'll hear a little prompt that will say it. I just heard it. And then you notice I have it at the highest setting, meaning that it's the highest sensitivity, so I can have almost that super hearing. So I'm coming out really clear, super clear, and not so digitized, which I'm also really impressed. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. You'll notice that I have that direct virtual on. That's that spatial audio feature. That's what I prefer for my listening, and that's what we tested on the channel. But what you can do is I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I get a little beep that tells me it did, and then here are all the settings that you can actually choose, and then you can customize your own. But I want to say that in my experience, turning on that that virtual solution gives me the great punch that I want, and also gives me a great audio experience as well.